In this video, we will discuss quotient rule. Let u be equal to f of x and v be equal to g of x be two differentiable functions. Then the derivative of the quotient of the two functions f of x over g of x, where f of x is your numerator and g of x be your denominator, is equal to denominator times the derivative of the numerator minus numerator times the derivative of the denominator all over the denominator raised to the second power. Or simply, since u is set to f of x and v is g of x, then that is equal to v du minus u dv over v squared. We can rewrite the formula as u over v as v du minus u dv all over v squared para mas madali nating ma-memorize yung ating formula. So let's try to illustrate this formula. So let f of x be equal to 3x minus 2 all over 2x plus 1. Find its first derivative. So if f of x is a quotient of 3 of x all over 2x plus 1, we can set your numerator be u and your denominator be v. So in that case, sabi ng formula, kailangan ko ng du at saka ng dv. So if u is equal to 3x minus 2, and I have v be equal to your denominator 2x plus 1, and the formula requires the derivative of each. Derivative of 3x is 3, derivative of negative 2 is 0, derivative of 2x is 2, derivative of 1 is 0. Then we employ this formula, f prime of x is equal to v, that's 2x plus 1, u multiplied by your du, which is equal to 3, minus u, which is 3x minus 2, times your dv, which is equal to 2, all over v squared. So, multiply natin sa 2 all over v squared, which is 2x plus 1 raised to the second power. So, again, ang ginamit lang nating formula, this is your v, this is your du, minus, this is your u, this is your dv, over v raised to the second power. Simplifying, magkakaroon tayo ng 6x plus 3. We distribute this 3 in each of the term inside, and then 2 in each of the term inside. And preceded by a negative, of course. So that is negative 6x plus 4 all over 2x plus 1 to the second power. So bakit naging negative 6x plus 4? Because negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Obviously, 6x cancels out, giving us f prime of x be equal to 7 over 2x plus 1 to the second power. So that is our answer there. So again, that's v du minus u dv all over v squared. Let's try this second example. I have here y is equal to 3 over 4 minus 5x. So in this case, this is in the form of a constant over a function of x. So paano natin to masosolve? So let us try to derive a formula muna para sa constant over a function. So from the derivative of a quotient, this is your u, this is your v. So sabi ni formula, y prime is equal to v du minus u dv over v squared. And that gives us y prime is equal to v, that's f of x, times the derivative of u, which is a constant, minus u is constant, times the derivative of v, which is derivative of f of x, all over f of x raised to the second power. But by our formula, dong unang na-discuss natin in the previous video, derivative of a constant is 0. And 0 multiplied by any is 0. So y prime here becomes 0 minus k f prime of x all over f of x raised to the second power. Thus, we have y prime is equal to negative k f prime of x, because the derivative of f of x is f prime of x, all over f of x raised to the second power. Or, we can simply rewrite the formula as derivative of k over v is negative k dv over v squared. So this will be our working formula para sa any derivative ng constant over a function v. That's negative k dv over v squared. So again, kapag constant ang numerator, we will use this formula. So in this case, para ma-solve natin ito, since ang k natin is 3 and v is equal to 4 minus 5x, using this formula that we have derived, the derivative of y is negative k dv over v squared. If v is 4 minus 5x, ang dv ay simply negative 5, because the derivative of 4 is 0, derivative of 5x is 5 preceded by a negative, that's why it's negative 5. Then y prime here is negative 3 times dv is negative 5 all over 4 minus 5x raised to the second power. Then we have y prime equals 15 over 4 minus 5x raised to the second power. And that will be our final answer. So we need not to use VDU minus UDB, provided that the constant or the numerator is a constant. So kasi meron na tayong na-derive na formula. So what about, I have here square root of 2x minus 3 raised to the 5 all over 5x minus 2 raised to the third power. So, this is a more complicated function. Pero meron tayong square root. So, let us try to derive muna a principle ulit regarding square root. So, let me have y is equal to square root of u. And since square root of u can be written as u raised to 1/2, we can use by chain rule y prime is equal to 1/2 u to the 1/2 minus 1 multiplied by the derivative of u. Then dy dx is equal to 1/2 u to the negative 1/2 du. dy dx is 1 over 2 u to the 1/2 times du. And then dy dx is simply du over 2 square root of u. So therefore, meron tayong madiderive na formula para sa derivative of square root of u is du over 2 square root of u. So this will be our working formula. But since ang given natin ay square root of u, so this entire function is your u. Or let this be q na lang para another variable, kasi baka magkalituhan. So in this case, this is f of x be equal to square root of q. So from our formula that we have derived, that is simply derivative of q all over 2 square root of q. So let us try to solve this given. So again, f of x is na-set na natin siya as square root of q as per discussed in the previous slide. Then the derivative f prime of x is equal to dq over 2 square root of q. But q is equal to 2x minus 3 to the 5 over 5x minus 2 cubed. So we will try to find the derivative of that q with respect to x. But since q is a quotient of two functions u and v, we set u be equal to 2x minus 3 to the 5 and v be equal to 5x minus 2 to the third. Then derivative of u over v is, as per discussed kanina, derivative of u over v is v du minus u dv over v squared. So the formula is requiring the derivative of your u and the derivative of v. Taking the derivative of u first. So again, by chain rule, 5 is put sa front, then your function, subtract 1 from your 5 is 4, then ang multiplier natin is the derivative of this function, which is 2. Which then, by simplifying, magkakaroon tayo ng 10, 2x minus 3 to the 4th. Then if v is equal to 5x minus 2 raised to the third, our dv, punta yung exponent sa harap, 3, 5x minus 2, subtract 1 from 3, that's 2, and our multiplier here must be the derivative of this function, which is 5. dv now is 15, 5x minus 2 raised to the second power. Now, since ang formula natin ay ganyan, dq with respect to x is equal to our v. Ano yung v? 5x minus 2 cubed. Write natin 5x minus 2 to the third multiplied by our du, which is 10 multiplied by 2x minus 3 minus u, which is 2x minus 3 to the 5 I forgot the exponent 4 for my du, multiplied by dv, which is 5x minus 2 to the third. Oops. I-write natin sa baba. Wait. Erase lang natin. Matatakloban. Okay. Again, we have dq dx is equal to your v, which is 5x minus 2 to the third, multiplied by du, which is 10, 2x minus 3 to the fourth, minus your u, which is 2x minus 3 to the 5, multiplied by our dv, which is 15, 5x minus 2 squared, all over our denominator, 5x minus 2 cubed must be raised to the second power. Then simplifying by factoring out our common factor. Tingnan natin muna ang ating mga terms sa numerator. Sa constant, meron tayong 10 at saka 15. So dq dx here is equal to, for 10 and 15, we have a common factor 5. Then for 5x minus 2, we have the exponent 3. And we have the exponent 2. So I will choose the smaller exponent, 5x minus 2 squared. And then here, meron tayong 2x minus 3 to the 4th and 2x minus 3 to the 5. I will choose the smaller exponent, 2x minus 3 to the 4th. Then, i-divide natin yung ating first term sa ating common factor. We have 10 divided by 5, that's 2. Yung 5x minus 2 raised to the third divided by 5x minus 2 to the second, cancel out ang exponent na 3, may matitirang isa. So that's 5x minus 2 raised to the 1. Then 2x minus 3 to the 4th divided by your common factor, 2x minus 3 to the 4th, cancels out. Minus 15 divided by your 5, para naman sa second factor, we have 3. Second term, I mean. Then 2x minus 3 to the 5 and 2x minus 3 to the 4th is 2x minus 3. Kaka-cancel out yung exponent na 5 with this 2x minus 3 to the 4th. Then 5x minus 2 to the second power cancels out with 5x minus 2. All over 5x minus 2. Okay, again, wait. Gumulo yung aking. Okay, 5x minus 2 to the 6. Then this 5x minus 2 cancels out with 5x minus 2 to the 6, may matitirang 4 sa ilalim. Then dq dx is equal to, we have 5 times 2x minus 3 to the 4th multiplied by, tingnan natin yung nasa taas. So yung nasa taas is 10x minus 4. This is minus 6x plus 9. So again, didistribute lang natin yung negative 3 inside the parenthesis. So this gives us 4x plus 5. Because 10x minus 6x is 4x and negative 4 plus 9 is 5. Then your denominator remains 5x minus 2 to the 4th na. So this will be our dq dx. At isa-substitute natin yun dito. Let us try to simplify further. So again, f of prime of x is dq over 2 square root of q. But our dq is 5 times 2x minus 3 multiplied by 4x plus 5. Rewrite ko lang. All over 5x minus 2 to the 4th. Yes. All over 2 square root of q. All over 2 square root of q, which is 2x minus 3 to the 5 over 5x minus 2 to the 4th. So this can be written as 5 times 2x minus 3, 4x plus 5, I forgot the exponent ni 2x minus 3, which is 4, over 5x minus 2 to the fourth multiplied by, so since yung both numerator and denominator ay naka-raised sa square root, pwede natin gawing square root of 5x minus 2 to the fourth all over 2 square root of 2x minus 3 to the 5. Bakit naging ganyan? Kasi may rule tayo in division, a over b all over c over d can be written as a over b times the reciprocal of your denominator d over c. So since ang denominator natin ay 5x minus 2 to the fourth na naka-square root, is that 4? No, it's 3. It should be 3. So it should be 3 ang exponent. Yeah. Okay. So, ginamitan lang natin siya ng reciprocal. So, this is numerator, this is numerator, this is denominator. So, multiply this numerator, that's the one I wrote here, multiplied by the reciprocal of this denominator. That square root of 5x minus 2 raised to the third power becomes your numerator, all over 2 all over 2 multiplied by the square root of 2x minus 3 raised to the fifth power. But since square root can be written as 5, 2x minus 3 to the fourth, 4x plus 5, all over 5x minus 2 to the fourth multiplied by 5x minus 2 raised to 3 halves all over 2x minus 3 raised to 5 halves. So, pwede na tayong mag-combine ng like terms. 4x plus 5 yun. Okay, i-write natin. So, this 2x minus 3 to the fourth and 2x minus 3 to the 5 halves, magsusubtract lang tayo ng exponent. So, that is 4 minus 5 halves. That is 3 halves. So, paano nangyari? 4 minus 5 halves, LCD natin ay 2. This becomes 8 minus 5. That is 3 halves para sa exponent nito. Kasi, when we are dividing, we are subtracting exponents. That cancels out, leaving us 3 halves. And so, with 3 halves, subtract natin kay 4, ang matitira ay sa baba. That is 4 minus 3 halves. Ang LCD natin ay 2. Magiging 8 minus 3. And that's 5 halves. So, cancel natin ito. Matitira sa baba ang 5 halves. This gives us 5, 2x minus 3 raised to 3 halves all over 2. That's your 2. May natira pa sa ilalim. 5x minus 2 raised to 5 halves. So, multiplied by, baka makalimutan natin si 4x plus 5. So, therefore, ang ating derivative with respect to x is equal to 5 square root of 2x minus 3 raised to the third power over 2 square root of 5x minus 2 raised to the fifth power multiplied by 4x plus 5. Or, pwede natin siyang i-rewrite as dy dx 5 over 2 times 4x plus 5 square root of 2x minus 3 to the third all over 5x minus 2 to the fifth power. So that will be our final answer there.